Welcome back to Whatever Garage. In this episode, we are going to still be working out the bugs after the new engine transplant. We are overheating now. So let's get started. Okay, now, I don't mean geyser blowing overheating, but she was running about the 220 area, and after we stopped, you could hear her bubbling inside where she wasn't happy, okay? All right, she says she still has coolant in her. All right, and she does. I want to look in here. Well, no, she's leaking. Well, there we go. Yep, she's got it. Wanted to make sure there weren't bubbles. Not bubbles, you know, air pockets. There may be now, but she is up. So what I want to do is, are we at the cold level? Yeah, we're about at the cold level, so that's not the issue. So the other issue could be too much timing. If you remember, our timing marks were off, so I didn't get this timed at all. I basically, I got it marked at 0, and that's basically where we left it. So I don't know if that's exactly where it is or not. And as you see here, she's rubbing a little bit on her hood. That's something else we'll address in a minute. All right. The other thing I wanted to check, thermostat is, I don't know if that's the best spot to have that in there. We don't have any other places. What about in the heads? Do we have spots in the heads for the thermostat? I don't see them in this one. All right. So what else could be causing us to overheat? Oh, wait. I'm sure it's got nothing to do with the dirt dauber's nests, plural, on the front of our radiator. I'm looking down in there. Our radiator needs to be blown out. I couldn't see that for the condenser. I thought I had cleaned this. All right, our radiator needs cleaning out. So we're gonna need to take off the condenser, and then we'll blow it from the back side out. Looks like fun. And by the way, I wanted to see, oh, it does move. Barely. There we go. Now she's moving. Okay, I thought it was locked up. I don't know, maybe there is some hope for saving this. Maybe not. She's loose though, that's for sure. She's not connected. I don't have her connected anymore. So we do need to address that. It's basically little issues like that. And then we're gonna need to switch out the carburetor. I think I'm gonna put the Edelbrock back in because I cannot get this one to idle. It's either too low or too high. So we're gonna get rid of it and do something else. All right, first thing I think I want to do though is take off the air cleaner. Take a look at this carburetor. Well, she's really fuely smelling, isn't she? Now this being right above the carburetor, make sure you don't let go of the wing nut. That could be bad. The next we got to do is disconnect our hose. That's disconnected. That's disconnected. You got to disconnect accelerator and kick down, and then all this crap back here. No, just that one. These can stay. Those can stay. We're good there. So hose, cables, unscrew. First things first, I'll undo this. That means we're going to be back to using the damn spring, the other spring, when we put the other carburetor back on. I prefer this one, but it doesn't fit. That is not all the way on there. That is. Okay, that's one down. If I remember correctly, this was a tight fit before. All right, there's that. There we go. I will say this one's easier to get to than the last one was. Get that underneath there. Oh, I just remembered one of my ideas. I will have to show you guys, since the air conditioner currently does not work, what we are going to do about that overheating problem. All right. Ready to come off? That was pretty easy, huh? Now, this is going to make Mr. Everett Dean happy. Me putting the Edelbrock back on here. All right, hold on a second. There's that. There's that. All right. Undo the choke. And she's ready to come off. We're also going, oh wow, she is saturated with fuel in there. Look at that. And I need to remove these studs because they're going to be too long. Shit. I found a slightly bigger gasket, but this is an Edelbrock, so she's got the 4 holes on the bottom, so that will go in there. I had to find the regular studs since these are for the spacer. And now we get to take these out. There we go. Finally. I gotta love it, you know, because the camera was rolling a minute ago, and I stopped it because I had to go get something from the dog, yeah, and come back and the damn thing wouldn't start. Apparently, I guess the battery was dead, but it was recording just fine before I left. I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking whether or not I want to use this. All right, she is flat down on it. I know this side is good. Lean is that way. Okay. Just had to read what it said to make sure we weren't screwing up. It's partially on lean, which is where I want it. I'm gonna have to redo all that. There we go. Get you in position there. Screws, bolts, nuts, whatever. It's not done in NASCAR speed time, but I mean, it's relatively quick. For something on this vehicle to be changed, that's relatively quick. And I'm not going to torque it down to the moon using the damn impact, much as I'd like to. I will do it correctly with a wrench. I'm thinking about redoing the outlet on the back of this so that we don't have to deal with the hard line, because it's, you know how it sticks up right there. Thinking about changing that. All right, that should be tight enough. That's probably a little more than what it needs to be, but makes me feel better. All right, that's done. Now let's hook up the cables. What else am I missing here? What am I missing? Here, take this off and put this one on. Hey, give me that back. All right. Let's do the kickdown cable first, since it's on the bottom. All right, this one we got to feed the cable through it while I was doing this. And the brand new kickdown cable, the plastic end broke trying to put it on here. So now I've got to go and buy something that'll clamp from here to there. It never fails. It's always something. So let us now do the accelerator. That looks like it needs to go back some. Don't need that plastic piece anymore. And here I thought this was going to be nice and easy. It's aggravating because it's late in the afternoon and I'm hot and I'm getting sweaty. This is the part where Scott turns off the camera and just cusses. Or he leaves the camera on and just beeps out a lot. I mean, y'all are probably tired of hearing me cuss as it is anyway, right? Okay, there's that. Now please move back. Go back to where you were. Thank you for moving. Nope. Nope. I want it in between those two spots. There we go. Right there is where I want you. And of course I can't tighten it with this. You know, this is where working alone starts pissing me off. Okay. I should hold it until I get the other one. All right, there's that. Got to do the fuel line. I'm going to leave this one in the car in case something ever happens, because I don't have anything in the car that could be able to tie that up. And I need to do that and that. All right, go back and tighten this one. All right, take this cap off. Great, it's now seized on there. I put a new, oh, it's not even loose. I put a new pressure gauge on here. I'm not even sure if it's supposed to go on here. I don't know if that's for like factory machinery or if it's for this, but we're gonna find out. It was the only one I could find that would register that low. Oh shit, you know what? I forgot we shortened it. It's different for this one. Remember we shortened this hose? Okay, here we go. Now, the filter's resting up against the block. I guess I need to go see if I've got any more hose. Nope. If you remember before, it was leaning too far that way. Now it's leaning too far this way. I need to find some hose. All right, I had some brand new 3/8 fuel hose in there. That's exactly what it looks like. So, let's go ahead and undo this. Go lay down, Sasha. We'll get out of here in a little bit. This is not cooperating with me very well. Damn. Now it looks like it's pulling out of there, so I'm gonna have to redo that. See, I'm able to turn it. All right. She's redone. Now, let's do this. That's there. I want it there. Still gonna piss me off, isn't it? All right, if we cut it too long, we can always fix it, right? Okay. That's on there. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it down so when I bend it over, it doesn't pull off. I hope y'all are noticing the new sound, or the better sound quality, after that little investment my dad made into my channel. Excuse me, my dad and Linda made. Let me correct that. Still want to thank them for that. That was very damn nice of them. And y'all should be happy too, because I sound better now. It's not as echoey. You don't get as many or as much background noise, right? So I guess that one guy complaining about it paid off, even though he was a bit of an ass about it. Now, if one of y'all had mentioned it and said it nicely, I would have done it. But Sir Assalot said it the wrong way and pissed me off, and I was bitching about it, and that's why my dad invested in us. That, and he thought we were doing a good job here. And by we, I mean us. Y'all watch me. Y'all give feedback. I'm going with this. It looks good. We're also going to have to get some heat shield, like that stuff I put on the down below. No, that's on the other car. I have some on the wires going to the starter since they were so close to the headers. Fireproofing stuff. Anyway, I need to put some on the solid fuel line going down here so we don't vapor lock again. That was part of our problem the other day. We were vapor locking. Can vapor lock cause you to overheat? I'm curious. I don't know. Jack, you know? All right, there's that. That's probably pushing out a little more than I want it to, but right now I don't care. Wait a minute. Shit. All right, that's as tight as it'll go. It looks better. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it'll do, pig. It'll do. Okay, vacuum line. I'm gonna bring the rest of our wrenches over here because I have no clue what that's gonna be. Let's start off with, nope, 9/16. Good old 9/16. Nope, 5/8. Good old trusty 5/8. How about that? I don't know if I'm gonna have anything that fits this, but you don't know until you take the stuff off and try it, right? And then since we already have to go get something to fix that, might as well. There's the hard line. Now I want to get that out too. That, let's just jump up to three-quarter, yep. Wasn't even tight. Hey, maybe that was part of it. No, we've never run this one, so I can't complain about that. All right. Maybe we can find us a little elbow to fit there. This is for an air hose. If that fits, it's shorter, it'll work. Or I'll put a 90 in there and then come back with another 90 and it gets past that. So let's see if this would go first. Is it short enough? Yes, it is. Is it the same thread? Yes, it is. How far in will it go? We could make that work if we had to. All right, sit there. That does not look the same. That is not the same, but I wonder if this 90 would fit. No, it's not gonna have enough room on the bottom, so we're gonna have to go with All Reliable. So let's get some sealant. And for our sealant, here, Sasha, go. And for our sealant, what did we use? We used Gasola, because it works really darn good. Not a sponsor. Not that I have a sponsor. You'd have to make money for that, right? Try not to do too much. I always do too much. Well, you got to start that the minute I let you out. All right. Okay, now that will fit right there, right? Yep, there we go. Now I just need to get a clamp for it. All right, another problem solved. 2 more created. And before I forget about it, let's put our throttle cable on. I'm trying to figure out where they were linked to. I mean, I know where on there, but not on here. I can't remember where I had them connected. Needs to be somewhere out of the darn way. No, that's not going to be tight enough, I don't think. So, not great. All right, done for right now. All right, here is the $60 million question. I want y'all's opinion. Do I put this one back on? And I'm gonna give you choices here. Do I put this one back on? I gotta put this where I'm not gonna lose stuff. Hold on. Do I put this one back on? You know, the one I hate. Hate it, because it's K&N and it's billet aluminum, weighs a ton. Or do we put this one on? What do y'all think? 1, 2, or 3? K&N Ugly. That's an Edelbrock covered up, and that's an Edelbrock original. No paint added. For now, I'm gonna put this back on. Hey, where'd the damn thing go? Thought I was losing my mind for a second. Oh, you know what? I gotta go take the rod out of the old one. All right, that actually came out pretty good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We might be limited, fellas, because I think I may have cut that one too low for this. Yeah, just a little bit. All right. So for now, we'll put number 3 on. How about that? Just because I don't have to do anything to it. Well. All right. Now the real thing is going to be to see if it clears. Since there's no spacer on it now, it should clear. We'll put this back over there. The hood fits perfectly. It's not hitting now. Well, we knew it wasn't going to be when we took off the spacer. All right, guys, I'm done for the day. It's too damn hot out here. Now, I was able to get in there with the pry bar and get the dirt dauber's nest off. That's not going to cause us to overheat. It's just one little dirt dauber's nest. But I wanted to get in here and blow out this radiator. I was going to take off the hood and do all that, but I'm like, that's just a lot of work for one person to do right now. I mean, because I want to drive the car. Obviously, yes, it's overheating, and I want to fix the overheating. But if I can blow this out, I'm going to. And then I have another fix that I'm going to have to do. And I'm going to show you. I don't believe it was clogged up. As many times as we've put antifreeze in here and taken it out, I haven't seen anything to say that it was clogged up. That's a brand new motor, so it's not caked full of shit. So there's got to be another reason why we're overheating here. Could it be the headers? The engine producing a lot of heat and there's not enough area for the heat to get out? I mean, our side vents are not blocked. They're open. The car is actually missing the little bottom panel that goes underneath where the vents are. What would you call that? Not like a splash guard. I know the 79 has them. This car didn't come with them, so I don't know if they're supposed to have them on it. The other thing is, well, the alternator's turning, and it's turning the fan belt, or the fan. So it's turning, we're not having a problem with that. Now, I did take the AC fan belt off. So if the alternator fan ever fails, or fan belt ever fails, then we will definitely overheat. But I'm not sure that that is even good. I really want to take it off and just get rid of it. Well, until I can buy a new one, because I really want air conditioning. But my idea is, we have an electric fan in here for the air conditioner. The connector is right there. I'm thinking of cutting that and doing a switch inside so I can turn it on and use it since the air conditioner is not being used. Or you smarter people would probably know of a better way of me tapping into that to make a switch, i.e. the connection under the dash or under the center console maybe. But I also need to find out why my fan quit working. We no longer have a fan motor for the heat and air. So we need to figure that out. But I think first and foremost, we need to start this new carburetor, or start this engine and run this new carburetor. I do have on order a replacement clip for this. Unfortunately, it's a plastic one, but it's the only one I could find that I could get here really quick. And it's a different style, almost like a complete pass-through hole, so I can like put a clip on the end of this to hold it in. We'll see. I started researching it, looking for cable end clips, and all they had were the ones you thread on. That's for a rod, not for this. And then the other ones were for like motorcycles and stuff like that. I could not find one where I could just put this on there like this, until I used the word detent cable instead of throttle cable or kickdown cable. When you hook detent cable, lots of stuff comes up. So I ordered the first two that I saw, and hopefully they'll be here soon. Also ordered an antenna for the back, a power antenna. That'll go along with the stereo series, but we're not going to do another stereo series. I will just add it on like I'm doing something else with the car. It won't be this time, I don't think. I don't think it'll be here in time. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll see. I also need to get heat shield for that fuel line. I need heat shield for that. Haven't ordered that, I forgot. So let's do that. All right, right now, let's start the car and adjust this carburetor. You tell her, Sasha. You tell him. Wow, that throttle cable is really light. Hush. Hush, hush, hush. I don't want to hear a word, Everett Dean. Good girl. All right. Just need to let her warm up for a minute before we start making adjustments. Oh, let's watch that temperature sender. So far, so good. Let me get the other camera. Get it to sit in here and watch the thermostat. Can you see it from there? I think so. Let's see. Yeah, you can see right there. Okay. You keep an eye on everything. I don't see us charging. Let's try it up here. Throttle spring wasn't pulling all the way back.
is not up to operating temp yet, but it's getting closer. This one's going to be adjustable, I believe. What's up, Sasha? Sort of looked like it lost power for a minute. Maybe I was wrong. Oh no. What happened here? We have a problem. Fuel pressure gauge is doing. Not a very good job. I guess I need to get a regulator so I know exactly what it's doing. I've got a regulator, I just need to fit it. I'm seeing a little bit of liquid down here on the intake. The intake in the head, it's on both sides. Down here and over here. You can see that. Sure what it is. All right, it's back up to temperature. We're getting close. Maybe. We got to change the spring location. This is hot. Really wish that was out of the way. Woo! I gotta get a damn set of pliers. I'm burning my fingers. Better than before, I'll give it that. We have no fan. Don't know why. Well, radio works great when the car's off, but not when she's running. There's something going on we got to figure out. And here's the other thing. This is the power wire to the fan, and everything's on right now. Well, honk my hooter. She's not getting a signal. Let's just make sure that's a ground. Or should I say a good ground? That switch is ground. Safe to say there is no signal. Wandered off course here and are working on a blower motor for the heating and air. Let's take a quick look at the fuse box. And why did I grab the pliers when I meant to grab the power probe? Dummy. It's probably because I just finished reading a couple of items on the Corvette forum about blower motors and going down that rabbit hole, and I'm processing the information. That's my excuse. All right, let's see here. Shouldn't have any power when the key is off, right? Oh, this is what I wanted to do. You can watch the radio for me. It'll probably turn back on in a second. All right, nothing. You can't do that. Not to mention, who are you? What is on? Is my phone out here? All right, my phone's out here. Y'all may have connected without my permission. That's exactly what you're doing. You have connected. All right, you are now paused and apparently off. What the frack just happened? I didn't do that. That just... Oh. Because the key's off. I'm a dum-dum. Whatever, dude. All right, keys off. What was I saying? I don't know. Fuse is good, if that's the correct one. I don't see any corrosion in there. There's also no power. Why would there be no power to that? Because that should be on high. It's on AC right now. Yeah. Would you quit? It's on high, power is on. Wait a minute, is it getting power to the relay? Let's check that. I replaced this relay, I want to say last year. All right, and I believe they said the orange was power. Let's find out. I believe that's grounded. Orange would be this guy. All right, how about red? How about nothing? All right, let's double check that we have got a good ground. Here, I have used this before, so why not now? Oh, there we go. Okay, now I have a good ground. So red is power. So relay's getting power, but it's not sending it to there. So is the relay bad? And my tester for that will not fit. How do you test this relay? Let me look it up. Direct power to the relay to see if it worked, and it does not. So we will order a new one. We have to wait on the heat shielding. We have to wait on the relay, and we have to wait on the little prongs for the cable. So while we wait on that, let's start another project. The transmission's leaking, and I think it's from the new kickdown cable. That's gonna be my guess. So let's take a look. right, guys. I don't know how to connect my microphone to my gimbal here, so here, let me turn you on first. Alrighty. We're gonna see how smooth this is, because now we're gonna look underneath the car. Let me get the flashlight. This is the new gimbal I bought to help with some steady pictures. And I wanted to look up underneath here and see if we can find out exactly where our leak is from. Ooh, blinded. Okay, coming up. Huge first-hand view. And it looks like it's exactly what I thought. It is from the new detent thing I put in. So we are gonna have to do a better job. All right, back to the old drawing board there. Now, how steady was that picture? Steady enough you can see me? That's pretty cool. All right, enough playing around. And the new piece came in. It's unfortunately exactly like it was, but I see the problem. This little knob is too big. And I looked around and I have another one. Watch this. I have an old, I think it's called an Economaster, something like that. Anyway, it's got a smaller nub. If you look at it from the side, see how thin it is? Yeah, that's the whole point. The thin part is what's gonna slide into here. So I can't get it apart yet. I got it soaking. Next thing I'm gonna do is hit it with a blowtorch. All right, I feel like saying welcome back, but I'm the one who's been gone. To you, it's gonna be like that. I just got back from vacation. First day back. I'm late getting started. It's almost noon and it's hot in here already. It's supposed to be over 102 today and my little air conditioner can't keep up. But we're gonna try and get as much done as we can before it gets too unbearable. Had a great vacation. We went to our country's capital, Washington, D.C. I've been there before, but never to sightsee. I went there when my grandfather died. We buried him in Arlington. But we got to see just about everything in Washington. It was busy as hell. We did not plan properly. We drove up there the day of the parade for the 250th anniversary of the Army. Yeah, we were morons for doing that. Stuck in traffic forever before we got to our bed and breakfast. Well, our Airbnb, you know what I mean. Had a great time there. And then we went to Philadelphia for the last 3 days of our vacation, and I really could have done without that. Washington is amazingly clean. I've been to New York. It's like typical what you see in the movies. Not exactly, I wouldn't call it dirty, but it's not clean. Sort of an in-between. Washington is clean. Their subways are nice, their metro, that sort of thing, the buses. There's places everywhere to put your garbage. You go to Philly, it's disgusting. I'm sorry if you're from Philadelphia, I really am, but your city's disgusting, okay? Really is. Saw the sights there, saw some good sights, got to see the Liberty Bell, got a really good lecture from one of the Park and Recs guys about the buildings there. If you're into history, it's great to go do. Just do not walk that whole stretch to get to the Rocky statue. Yeah, it's a lot farther than you think. And we did it midday and I got a nice sunburn. I'll show you. Here. See? Nice sunburn. Did a lot of walking. But overall, it was a great trip. Chris, thank you for wishing me a good vacation, because I had a great vacation. And I'm back. So now we're going to get back in the swing of things. Where we left off, we were trying to remove this little piece here to put on there so we could put the other piece on it. Make sense? I thought so. So what we're gonna do here, it's 1/2 inch. I need another 1/2 inch. Well, I do have it. And we're gonna try and break them apart. Remember, I put some PB Blaster on it before we went on vacation, and it worked. But I mean, it broke this part free, but now I gotta get it to break apart from each other. And it's not much room to work in here. All right. See if we can do this without stripping anything. Please don't strip, please don't strip, please don't strip. Not the kind of stripping I like. Oh, crap. Yeah, it's broke free. How about that? All right, we have this. And remember, we had to have it because of that little lip there, so that the piece could click on it. So let's see if it works. Now, the other bad part is when I left, I turned off all the power to the shop, and all my batteries are drained now. So this one has like 2% left on it. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Now all we have to do is remove this one. See, it stays on there pretty good. All right, now how do I get to that one? See how thick this is? Yeah, see how thick that is? That's gonna require me to drill a lot, and I don't think that thing's big enough. So I'm gonna have to find a smaller stud. All right, we're stuck with drilling it. I looked and looked, and I know you guys are tired of waiting, and I can't get the drill in here. Well, shit. I forgot. Brand new set of step bits, never used. Had them for over a year. So let's try that. I think we may have had it, or may have gotten it. Let's see. Yes, we did it. All right, now let's get a vacuum cleaner and get all those shards picked up. Okay, not sure if you can see this or not. Right here, that's where we drilled through. Put the stud on. And of course, my hand's right in your way, so you can't see what I'm doing. Switch hands. All right. This is going to require wrenches. Are we close yet? Yeah, we're close. That's what she said. There we go. She's in place. Good job, guys. You did a great job. Well, so did I. I helped. All right, now the fun part. I think this has to go through there and there. The thing at. All right. I got it on here. I think it's supposed to go like that. And then I'm gonna have to redo the kickdown cable. I think because it was set for, was it set? We didn't set it yet, did we? No, I don't think we did, but I think this might move enough. Nope. Come on, guys, come on. Nope. All right. Where's the adjust on the cable? There. Just enough to get it on. Perfect. There we go, guys. That problem solved. Now the next problem to solve is going to be springs here, because that will not work like that. No siree, it won't. I think we did try this and it wasn't enough. For right now, testing purposes, we'll do it. And I just realized I didn't take the old broken tab off. Now this is supposed to go around that. That doesn't look right. All right, there's one. Not the right equipment, but I'll use it. It won't. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Now I'll get this back. I think we have it, folks. That part's done. The new relay came in. So let's test it and see if that was the problem.
That's on. I gotta put this back on. Gotta figure out where it goes. Can't see. See if we have a fan. We do not have a fan. Why not? That is the only way that can go. That's in there. All right. We did not solve that issue. So, didn't we check this for power last time? Did we check that for power? Let me get some tools. I tested it. I'm getting power to the relay, but I'm not getting power to the fan. So let's check the fuses again. That was the first thing I checked last time, and it was fine. So let's make sure I check the correct thing. Hear it, but it's working. All right, the problem we had was when I put on the new relay, I bent one of the little tabs back, so it wasn't sending power to the fan. So I caused all that extra work, as usual. But it now works. So it was the relay to begin with. All right, I was editing last night and realized we're already at an hour, and that's usually about the limit of what people want to watch. So we're going to go ahead and cut it here, and next video we will address the transmission leak, the switch I want to put in for the fan, and the heat shield I want to put around the fuel line, and whatever else comes up. I do appreciate you watching. Like I said, back off of vacation, happy to be back to work. Remember to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. I now have to go out in this god-awful heat and go do some yard work. And other than that, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. This has been Whatever Garage, out.